Uh-oh. You hear that? That's the tea hitting the pavement. Over here on Word on the Curb, we don't sip, we spill. Word on the Curb, where the tea hits the pavement. Let's get into it. It's Angela, your favorite internet bestie, and we got the vibe. We rocking the housewives, politics, and celebrity gossip, all wrapped into one show. Hello. I thought I'd come on here and give you my 2 cents. I have been vindicated. I said that bitch Angela was lying. I said Angela, I'm good. She good for the show, but she a messy ass bitch, and let's get to it. Cause me and my co-host, we were going to go live today, but I had so much going on with family stuff, so we're going to do our live on the actual episode tomorrow. But I'm going to give you my take on the Shamea takedown. And for the life of me, I kept saying, what happened? Why is Angela got such a hard on for Shamea? Like, what is going on? Because they had a scene earlier in the season. Was it episode 2? Was it episode 3? Whatever. They were at the boutique together. And when they went to Dallas, she came out there trying to gather information. You know, she's running the shit back. But it seems to me, as we're watching this episode, and Angela now is crashing out online, that she looks crazy. She looks absolutely crazy. And I kept saying, what is the deal with her and Shamea? Why are they beefing like this for no reason? Because she and her buddy Porsha, they're getting along. And Porsha is the one that said, I'll fuck her husband if she keep on talking or something to that effect back in Nashville. And then we see in some of the confessionals, she's still calling Porsha a hoe, basically. But what's all the smoke for Shamea? I think Angela wants to show her loyalty to Porsha. That's what I feel like. Because the whole statement, when Porsha said, I'm going to go tell Angela that it's done. First of all, can't no bitch tell me nothing that's done. No, unless we done talked about it already. Because the whole time when Angela says that, oh God, I'm stuck. Here, I'm stuck on here. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know. Am I moving? Okay. The whole time where Angela accuses Shamea of having side conversations, and trying to do the, planning for this, I guess, Porsha takedown or whatever. And she's sitting back and waiting for she's going the long road. She's doing, trying to make herself look good. But I thought to myself, if Shamea was fucking everybody in Atlanta, what business is it of Angela? Why? What this got to do with anything? And how is it affecting your life? Unless she fucking, Charles or something, then of course. But I'm just thinking to myself, what does this have anything to do with anything? So as we're watching this episode and watching everything play out, we know that Angela is like a dog with the bone. And her credibility does come in to play because she's lying. And the worst thing she could have did was call Miss Ashley. Because Miss Ashley, who is George's wife, honey, she done spoke out, honey. Let me go over here and pull out what she done spoke out and said. Let me go and find it. But she just spoke out. Angela just looks crazy this episode. And I'm just trying to figure out for the life of me what caused her to, do this, other than the fact that this was the plan from the jump, that they were going to take down Shamea. It had to be. Porsha already didn't want her on the show. We know that. Because just even by the actions from last year, I think Porsha was upset that she wasn't able to showcase her home like Shamea did. And, we had no idea that Shamea, was wealthy as she is. We didn't know that. We just knew her being this fun sidekick. I don't know. Is my something wrong with my computer? I can't get where I want to go. Look at this. Okay. So let me get over here and find my little same videos. But yeah, I just thought to myself, wow, this is the craziest shit. And she just looked utterly ridiculous. Girl, why are you out here crashing out and going out this bad? It was no reason in this. You already had your little fan base. Everybody thought Angela couldn't do no wrong because she could fucking read. That's it. And I feel like anytime you're trying to attack someone on who they're sleeping with or whatever, you look stupid. Unless you sat there and watched it. But what business is it of Angela's? She looks just straight dumb. So she comes up, so the whole situation is that Angela, she had a stank face the whole time they were down there at the table. Once they get over there to Ireland and they're sitting eating, I don't know, they just, they first get to this big old mansion. Well, Pinky mentions that Shamea got the role as one of the main characters in, Pinky's production of her life. And then, here Angela goes, well, I think we all should do a cameo. We all should do a cameo, because she is giving hater. That's what Angela is giving. And I'm just like, I don't know, because girl, the way they got you, and it's not the edit, the way you look crazy right now. And so you got the Angela stands out there, oh my God, tying themselves in a pretzel, trying to say, oh, Angela didn't lie. The semantics or anything, I ain't falling for it, because you said, you asked, are you fucking George? That's what she asked at the table. Because Shamea said, I had 2 people come to me saying that you were trying to dig up information on me. Now, she had already told Shamea a couple episodes back that, you're not that high on the totem pole. And Shamea told her, you giving bother, you look pressed. So this whole episode, it just seems like Angela wanted to argue with Shamea and then throw out these lies. I don't blame Shamea for getting a cease and desist. You're not going to fuck up my life and my livelihood because of this motherfucking show. You're not. And it's really giving that, I don't want to use, but jealous. Because she said, you think you're married to the king of Zamunda. That's giving bothered as fuck. She's bothered. Hating. I don't know what she's hating on. Or, because ain't none of them, so they all got more money than me. Even Lil Kelly. But to come at Shamea, because it already was looking, I think it was the last episode, where they had the Bailey Bowl or where the fuck it was. It was giving bully at that episode. And I am so glad Shamea did finally stand up for herself somewhat, because I'm like, Shamea, because I didn't know where it was going to go at the the dinner table that night. I go, Shamea, if you get to crying, I swear to God, I'm going to be cussing and throwing everything at the TV, you know. And when she had Pinky to read those text messages, well, how we get to this part is when she asked her earlier, was she fucking George? And then was saying that the man said she looked so fine, he had to give her money. Shamea's like, what? She's looking puzzled. You know, you didn't put me to be fucking all these, supposed to be all these people in the NBA and the NFL. Now I'm fucking this man with a green beard that lives in your neighborhood. Bitch, I'm rich. I don't want nobody over there in your neighborhood. That's what I would have said. Then Angela also wanted to, you know, because, you know, she went back and forth, and then finally, because I mean, when we were seeing the clips, all we kept saying was, she was saying, say it to my face, say it in my face. We thought, you know, we didn't know what to think. But they already had their war of words at the table. Then they went up to the room. You know, Shamea's a bit taken back. Now you accusing me on TV, really, of fucking this man. So I don't know how the text messages got started. All I know is Ashley did text Shamea. And they have the text out there that you can see saying, basically, I need to talk to you. Call me when you get a chance. Angela is lying, and basically she's weird for even, you know, want to go around and get information on you. And all she wants to do is kind of, you know, sully your name, ruin you about something you said about her. I think she said last year. Ashley said she didn't ask what Shamea had said because she didn't think it was none of her business, and she wanted to be neutral. So she said, now I gotta text Angela, all these A's, Angela with her lying ass. Okay. So with all that being said, Angela, you know, here's because Shamea is telling the girls about this text message she got. I think it was Pinky and Kelly. Then that's when Angela goes crazy because they're up in the rooms. Because, you know, she hears them talking. And she says, say it in my face, say it in my face. Looking stupid again. Then when Porsha and Phaedra comes upstairs, they hear it, right? So they go over and they talk to Shamea. And Shamea was saying, you know, when y'all put accusations out like this, people will believe a lie before they believe the truth. And so the lie was being formed. And she said, sometimes by the time you have the receipts, it's too late. She said, you know, basically, I'm married and I have a career. So, you know, her voice is kind of shaking. So Porsha says, okay, I'm going to tell Angela it's done. And I'm like, not I'm going to tell Angela to stop. Not that I'm going to talk to Angela about this, but I'm going to tell her it's done. So that already lets me know that Porsha is running the damn show. We already knew she's running the show, but she really is the mother. And I'm going to say like this. Porsha is pulling the strings, honey. And there go Angela. Look at her. She's pulling them strings. Angela down there looking like I don't know. Because to put yourself in a situation like this, where you looking crazy on TV, accusing this woman of fucking everybody in the world. For what? I mean, it made no sense. It made no sense, especially when you ain't seen nothing. So the lady, Angela goes upstairs to call Ashley. And that was the worst thing she could have did because it's on speaker. Phaedra and Porsha are right there. And then basically the ladies that Shamea told her that you said that I told you that she was fucking my husband or something to that effect. And Angela's like, I didn't say that. So we hadn't even mentioned nothing about sex. And they roll back the tape and of her asking Shamea, did you fuck George? She said, I might have inferred something like that, but I didn't say you said that. So when they got, she said, yeah, she said, because the only thing you did was basically you were asking me about information on Shamea. That's what Shamea said at the table. You going around seeing pictures of people I took pictures with, and you're asking them about me. And would you please stop? Shamea was being really, really nice. Girl, ain't no way in the fuck I'd have been that nice. Bitch, it's on and popping. It is on and popping. So when it gets down there, so Angela let Porsha and Phaedra hear, and Phaedra and Porsha was looking because, Porsha nudged Phaedra when the lady had said, yeah, you wanted information, but, I was trying to stay neutral. Angela heard him get off the damn phone. So Porsha asked her, well, who said that they was fucking? Because she tried to say the lady didn't say this, but how does this come? She said, I said it. Bitch, you making up rumors because the man gave the woman some money. She said that was for the dang on some kind of cancer fundraiser she had. I'm just Angela. Girl, you going out bad. You going out bad. So I feel like this whole time we are watching a takedown of Shamea. And I really do feel like Porsha is sitting back and no, I know she's not fucking with Shamea, but I feel like Kelly said, they are doing the master's bidding. Yes, they are. Her and Dango Drew, they are Porsha's puppets. They are the lap dogs, honey. Yes, they are. They are the lap dogs. They are sitting back here, and Angela went as far as to just make up a lie. Now, she feel that she could read, so she could read people. To me, she wasn't really reading as good in the episode because she kept calling her a lap dog. Kept calling her lap dog, and all that, just looking stupid. But bitch, I might can't read, but I can tell the truth on your motherfucking ass. And you are pressed, especially when she said, you think you're married to the king of Zamunda. Nah, bitch, I'm married to the king of Kenya. That's what she said. This is a Kenya or Nigeria. One of them countries. I don't know. One of them. I think Kenya, Nigeria. I don't know. One of them is what Shamea said. But when they get to the dinner that night, she brings up the fact that that Shamea has said something to her daughter. And she said, that was crossing the line. She said, because you don't know what we're going through. I would have told Angela, just like she told Pinky, I don't give a fuck about what you're going through. Because nothing Shamea said there. She just said, you are nicer than your mom. That's what she said. I know when she said that, but looking back at everything, girl, that was light as hell. You around here telling everybody, because she said you are a mean girl, but Shamea should have never apologized. I wouldn't apologize at all Fuck that. And I would have told her, bitch, I don't give a fuck and I don't care in real life about neither one of you motherfuckers. Is what I would have told her. You didn't sit here and told everybody who watches this show that I'm fucking everyone in Atlanta. And I supposed to give a damn? Shamea better than me because I would have been petty as fuck. You talking about petty? But it just let me know, because even at the table earlier when they were kind of, going through everything, and Shamea said, yeah, I've been doing some investigation on you, and she talked about Angela's clothes, which was funny. But Porsha tells Shamea, you're being, oh God, oh Lord, what's the word she used? That you're being, I can't even remember the word she said. But yeah, I would be that way. Oh God, I can't remember the word because it's not, oh shit. It's too late for me to be up. I'm my old people trying to do shit. And I can't even remember the damn word she said, but it's not aggressive. But whatever the fuck the word that Porsha used, yeah, I would say, yes, I am. Because bitch, you're running around here, you and your friends trying to take me out, make things more uncomfortable. Cynthia goes in to tell her that she's responsible for the whole group being, not cohesive, that she got her side whenever Shamea is not good with the group, the rest of the girls follow her. And Pinky and K Michelle took offense to that because basically I'm not following the bitch. And I just thought, what? Shamea went from being the lapdog last year to the grandmaster puppeteer. The lapdog that wanted to please everybody. And this year, she is the cause of the group being separate. When you could tell Team A is out here having side talks. Because they even show them all, like they all were at Drew's house. Or they all was at Cynthia's house. We ain't seen Team B where all of them together hanging out. We ain't seen that. So they definitely are planning something. And like I said, the projection that Angela is doing, because he keeps saying, anytime Shamea open her mouth, it's a lie. Girl, you lied this whole fucking episode. And you look silly at it. And then you try to play semantics about how it was actually told. Girl, please, you said the girl fuck that man. That's what you were definitely insinuating. And you even gave out the name because you try to talk about a private conversation. So let's go and see what Ashley had to say, which is the wife of George. Okay, let me go over here and find it, honey. Okay, let me make sure this looks right. Okay, so let me go on over here. Okay, it says Angela Oakley's neighbor speaks out after Angela uses her husband George for a false storyline. Okay. So this is coming from Mr. Housewives. Okay, let's go here. It says, well, the wife wants to make one thing clear. Angela was fishing for information, and everything Angela claimed was made up. On the latest episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Angela Oakley accused Shamea Morton of sleeping with one of her neighbors. The neighbor, George, previously donated money to Shamea's organization. Shamea later revealed that Angela had been trying to get dirt on her from George and his wife. Angela also implied that she had learned Shamea slept with George, leading viewers to believe the information came from them. However, Angela never actually said George or his wife told her that. She simply made it seem that way. Now George's wife is speaking out on Instagram saying Angela used her husband to create a false narrative for a storyline on a show that neither she or George are a part of. She also said she was grateful that Shamea brought the situation to her attention before Angela continued pushing the story. During the episode, Angela spoke with George's wife and admitted she never said the information came from her, that she made it up herself. Even so, it appears that George's wife was still upset that she and her husband were dragged into the drama without their knowledge. Here we go. So that's Shamea. This is George with the green beard, and I believe that's Ashley. Here it goes. This is imagine calling me to fish for information about another woman, getting absolutely nothing but a neutral response. Then turn it around and making my husband the centerpiece of a story you created in your head. Let's be serious. Out of everything in this world, why would I ever give someone permission to put my husband in the middle of an allegation like that? That doesn't even make sense. I'm just glad Shamea brought it to light before she had the chance to fully run with that made-up narrative. And let's go back so you can hear it.
Is why you feel the need to try to investigate me so bad. I've had 2 people come up to me at my workplace. You don't need to look at her for validation, and you don't need to do all that. That's what I'm talking about. But 2 people come up to me at my place of work and ask me, what's wrong with you and Angela?
That's the figment of your imagination, Shamea.
Girl, what do you want to know, Angela? That's so bad.
Anything I want to know, I can know on my own. I don't need anybody's help.
I mean, you keep digging, girl.
Is someone talking loud?
This lady is calling around to anybody that she's seen me photograph with that she knows and ask them, do you have any dirt on Shamea?
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever, because I'm going to need it.
Who is they?
Yeah. So, she needs that rod and that staff, honey. That comforts her, honey. But I will say, as we see, Angela looks crazy in this goddamn episode. And then when she gets caught up in the lie, she only doubles down, which is crazier. I'm like, oh my God. So here we go. Keep going.
On the
Not to
table.
say-
No, tell them how I'm friends with those people.
Yeah, he gave money to your event last year, Angela. So that's how you know that he knows me. And that is why I don't respect you. But what I do want to talk about, Angela, is why you feel the need to try to investigate me so bad. No.
But you just claimed this to be an investigation, though.
I know that you're asking around. I would like for you to stop.
Yeah.
She would like for her to stop asking people about her. You're doing it so tacky that the people is coming back to Shamea and telling her. That is nuts. Here we go.
You, George, oh my God.
Joyce. Okay, so her name is Joyce.
No.
Joyce?
His name is George. George and I have seen each other in the company of Shamea. That's my neighbor. When I spoke to my neighbors, I just wanted to make sure it was okay to bring up Shamea's name.
So why would you speak to your neighbor and make sure it's okay to bring up Shamea's name? This whole answer or non-answer sounds stupid. And I said that Angela is full of shit. Now, is she good for the show? Yes. But I'm about to feel like about her like I felt about Kenya. You coming up, but this is just dumb though. because you've been caught in a lie and you still running with it. And honey, she all over. I mean, she's so pressed that she had to be on. They said if you the one is still explaining it, you're losing. Honey, she all up on her Twitter account trying to explain the situation. But
can't even go to my HOA meetings anymore because anytime I speak to my neighbors, it's an investigation.
Oh, everybody know George. Yeah.
Who in Atlanta doesn't know George? Because he's got billboards all across the city, aka crack.
So did you ask his wife about Shamea?
No, I asked her, if I say something, will I be offending you?
Now, isn't that crazy? If I say, let me tell you something. If a bitch asked me, if I say something, will you be offended? Hell the fuck yes. You ain't gonna play with my marriage like this on national TV. So why would you ask that? That sounds nuts. Why would you put your neighbors in this?
Why would that be offensive?
Don't do that because I will hurt your feelings.
Hurt her feelings right quick.
Oh my God.
That's right. Hurt her feelings right quick because what you're saying doesn't make sense. It, you prolonging it. Let's go.
Girl, say what's on your mind, okay?
Girl, did you George?
What? Wait.
Unlike you, I don't have to the top.
George, he's the one who...
She said, unlike you, I don't have to fuck to get to the top. Because let me tell you one thing. Shamea she wasn't raised poor. I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm not going to say Angela was dirt poor growing up. I'm not going to say that. But I don't think they were well off. It doesn't seem that way. She had to take care of her mother. It doesn't seem like, it looks like Angela did well for herself and, was able to, be something, more than probably her circumstances were as a kid. But Shamea grew up high middle class, honey. Her parents owned multiple businesses, and her parents are still married. Now, Angela, I ain't seen nothing about her daddy, so I don't know if her daddy's alive or not, or, how long were her parents married. If her mother was a single mother or whatever. It just seems like, I could be all the way wrong, but it don't seem like she grew up, well off. I would say that. Or high middle class. I would say that. That's what it's given.
Say he had to pay you when he met you.
Angela, I don't even know what you're talking about.
The bodies that Angela is putting on Shamea. What happened to the Hawks and the Falcons? Why does Angela know everything that's happening with Shamea's vagina? If you weren't playing, you would have had Fangela in stores by now.
What's going on with Fangela? What's going on with it? I haven't really noticed Angela holding the fans that much this season. But I'm trying to understand what the world is going on with Angela. I thought, I think she's definitely good for the show, but this here is nuts. And this here, because you know how people feel like, oh, everybody loves me, so I can do what the fuck I want to do. And now you getting a little bit of taste of Shamea, because honey, I was on her Instagram page, and there are just a lot of people over there running her down on her Instagram page. So this is what she put out earlier. And let me find what it is, what she put out. Let me find her thing. I'm about to go through all this stuff here. But as we see, I feel like it definitely was becoming a takedown of Shamea. And, everyone, I feel like Team A all knew about it. Because we have Cynthia saying that, basically Shamea can control all the women. She is the key to the group coming together. Let's get the fuck out of here. Cynthia's over here. I don't know. She chose the side. Like she said, they all are, what is that? Go naked hair models now. So here we go. So here's what Angela had to say. She said, okay, Angela Oakley. This is on, this is OMF reality TV. Okay, so it's Angela Oakley. This is on her Twitter account. He said, I was having a private chat with my neighbor. It wasn't my intention to bring it to the group, and I didn't. Yes, you did. You said their names. You said he was your neighbor, and you asked, was Shamea fucking him? It says someone else chose to introduce it here. I assume to create the narrative. Wait a minute. I assume to create the narrative we've seen tonight. Truth will be revealed. Trust the process, girl. What process? And what people are saying, Angela, you are looking crazy in this episode. I don't know what can be said that can redeem you in this situation. It seems like everyone can poke at Shamea, but once she responds, it's a problem. Nasty environment to be in. I do believe that. They will go on they will go on a 2-week break before the full story is revealed. I can take the wins with the losses. Okay, so they going on a 2-week. We're not getting Real Housewives of Atlanta back until I think the 12th of July. Here she go again. Okay, hang on, the truth is coming for all involved, wife included, because what the fuck? What's the truth, honey? You said it. You said it. You said, and you insinuated. You put these people into this mess, trying to, I don't know. So what happened to the Hawks and the dang on Falcons? And then she goes, I can respect. I've apologized to Phaedra. I can respect it. I've apologized to Phaedra. I got it wrong when the truth was right in my face. Okay, so she's talking about the Junebug situation. So she apologized to the Godfather, but the truth was right in her face. Okay, so tell us what the truth was. Now, what now looks misplaced is me finally realizing who sent them. So it gets worse before it gets better. And someone, Chalk Moose, says, see, I'm a supporter and I want to believe this, but when the other shit with Phaedra and the heckler was disproved, makes this looks like a lie. Hopefully the receipts are receding this time, boo. I don't know. So what else we got going on over here? And see, she keeps explaining. So the more you explain it, the more you're losing. Only receipt she can come up with to prove whatever would be if she had a receipt of Shamea and this man in bed. Other than that, nah. It says, no, it was said because she doesn't have a marriage. Okay, hold on. What is this about? Here you go. Her saying Shamea acts like she's married to the Prince of Zamunda just shows us she's jealous. And that's why she's trying to come for Shamea's marriage. And Angela answers, no, it was because she doesn't have a marriage to come for. What do you mean she don't have a marriage to come for? She's married. And when she been married by almost 10 years? Respect mine and I'll respect yours. Simple. Is what she says. Y'all, I've been told I tweet too much, but I'm sensitive about my art. Girl, I'll leave this. I was brought to the group not by me. The conversation, I'll leave this. It was brought to the group not by me. The conversation was brought by SM, talking about Shamea with extra juice. Come on now, hold on. You asked the question. Shamea did not bring this stuff up. She brought up that you were out here investigating. Shamea puts extra, or SM, puts extra juice on it to the wife. And yet I brought the wrong receipt. Trust it all gets cleared up. No, it gets cleared up. How? You the one admitted to just making that up. Shamea didn't bring it to the group. You did. Baby, I'm still trying to figure out how we got here. Yep, even if she's right, you won't win when she goes low like them. Here she goes. Baby, I'm still trying to figure out how we got here. I'm going to tell the truth, even if I have to get in the mud to do so. Girl, you was already in the mud. The moment you said the Falcons or the Hawks, your ass was down there in the mud. Because everything that Shamea has said, she called you Sasquatch. You know, she talked about your big feet. It was light shade. And she said your husband leaves home early and comes back home late at night because your husband said that. Lord, please go to support Crash to Cash, George and Ashley's company. A private conversation got exploited and twisted and turned. They've been wanting to get on the show. You guys made it. Check their Instagram. I'm going to learn to not speak to those who want affiliation. You should have never been asking and trying to dig up dirt. The man already had a little bit on the show when Shamea was doing the rum thing and he was back there. I think he's probably one of the attorneys or something. I can't remember. Angela, you're going out bad. And so I don't care how good you can read, you know, and how funny you are. It's always going to make me wonder, like, did you lie? Did you actually set up Junebug them to come into Nana's? It was Kelly's event last year. Because the man had said you paid him some money about something. Anyways. But this is crazy to me. It really is. And I just see that Porsha didn't want Shamea on the show. And since they're not speaking, it's the takedown. Porsha is sitting back, rubbing her feet. It doesn't look like she's doing nothing. But when she said, I'm going to tell her it's done. What's done? Explain to me. Then we already know they had like side little conversations about trying to get the other women to talk to the other women. Because Porsha said, hey, it was my idea. Trying to get, I'm like, shoot, if it's your idea, then they should be trying to make you talk to Shamea. Because like I said to my co-host on our podcast, that no, I don't believe it can't keep working this way where Shamea and Porsha does not speak. You know, it does not. Either you're going to be, you know, just castmates, and that's it. You know, I don't fuck with her, but, you know, we're on the show, so let's make a show. But it just seems like the whole team A is all on code. And it's the takedown of Shamea. They're all on code. And the only reason why I feel like Porsha went back there and told him, you know, like, it's enough, you know, to stop. Shamea's voice cracked. And I think, you know, she kind of felt a little bad, I guess. And she told Angela, you know, hey, because you're going to have to resolve. We don't even know what this fight is about. We don't. And if it's anything from, she said, because you inferred that my husband didn't love me. Girl, she's talking about shit from from season 16. But you're cool with Porsha. It does not make sense. That's why I know that Porsha is the puppeteer. Angela trying to be with the cool kids. That's what's going on. Angela wants to be with the cool kids. She's trying to, she's doing the long game. That's what they say, the long game. Angela's doing the long game. She's trying to be with the cool kids, her and Drew. And Shamea is their storyline. So I really feel like Shamea should have been sitting in that first chair. But, K. Michelle, she done crossed over from Love and Hip Hop. So, that's probably by default or whatever. But let them tell it. Shamea is the villain of the season. And I had said the villain of the season was Angela. Angela has been the one who's gotten into it with everyone. Angela, not everyone, but the big fights that she got into, because she was actually inserting herself in something that had nothing to do with her. Just like when it was Pinky. Pinky was talking to Cynthia, but Angela put herself in that situation. And then, because she know how to read well. But even when Pinky had said something about the business or whatever, I can't remember. And Angela told her, I don't give a fuck. That's what Shamea should have said to Angela when Angela told her, you don't know what we're going through. Well, bitch, you don't know what the fuck I'm going through. You out here saying that I'm fucking everybody in damn Atlanta. You don't know what kind of havoc you are causing on my marriage. I don't give a fuck about you and your grown-ass married lesbian daughter. I don't, who had a whole green screen. She did a whole confessional. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would have been so fucking petty. I'm not lying. But Shamea, I don't know, girl. I'm glad she stood up for herself a little bit, because I would have been on that ass. I'm not lying. I would have been on Angela. Because Angela, she's lying. And it's giving that you're jealous. That's what it looks like. You kind of, because when you bring up about the Zamunda thing, all we know is the Zamunda from Coming to America, that they're supposed to be super rich. Honey, and they say that, and I Googled Shamea's husband, and he's worth like $177 million. Shamea's net worth is $10 million. Looks like Angela and her husband's net worth together is $12 million. That's what it says anyway. I don't know how sure that shit is, but I'm just saying. They say Shamea's husband is worth $177 million. That's what his net worth is. So I don't know. But I said, let me come on this live and say something before we try to do our live tomorrow, I guess. Tomorrow at 9:30. I've been taking care of my daddy, so it's late. I really didn't take any notes, but I was trying to remember what was said. But I do feel like I've been vindicated, because I kept saying I'm not liking what Angela is doing, because I'm like, what happened? And so you're carrying this, because even when Shamea said on the Carlos King interview, was it Carlos King or was it Angela? I think Angela Yee. When she said that they were actually in Jamaica and they saw them there and they hung out. Angela and Shamea and their husbands. So and she said that Angela is probably the most different person when the cameras are not rolling. So she would do stuff and be like, y'all mad for real? I thought we were supposed to be acting like this on TV. I think Angela is good for TV, but in the long run, them women ain't going to tell you shit. They're not. They're not going to be vulnerable with you. They're not. But this whole episode, it was giving hater. It was giving that you are a hater, that you possibly are jealous, and that you are out trying to do Porsha's bidding. Whether Porsha asks for it or not, but you definitely is being the lapdog. You and Drew. And I want to say this. I hated Drew's confessional look. Her wig, like it was way down here. It just looked a mess. I don't know what happened to Drew, but that was not cute. I didn't like it. But the other thing was the ladies just sat there, and K. Michelle called it out. If anybody else would have been accused of messing with a married man, things would have been said. But since it's Shamea, nobody said nothing at all. You know, they said it in the confessionals, but they ain't saying nothing, especially when the conversation was had by Ashley and Angela. And Porsha and Phaedra sat right there and heard her lie. To the point where Porsha had to, nudge Phaedra. Because I bet you bitches will never tell you nothing, Angela. You're going down bad. You are really going down bad. You're going down bad because you're lying. And only thing you can be vindicated on, because did Shamea put extra sauce on it, or that's the way she interpreted it? It doesn't matter the semantics. You said what you said. And you were trying to say that girl was fucking that man because the man gave her a check. And you brought up his name. And you brought up that it was the neighbors. You done this. Angela, Shamea didn't do this. And you look crazy trying to tell somebody who they fucking. Because it would be me. Why the fuck does it matter? You better hope I ain't fucking your husband. That's what I would have told her. Go find out who Charles fucking with. I sure would have. I'd have had her sliding down the damn wall up in there. I would give. Since we taking it to hell, I'm about to go to hell with you. It'd have been a very dark show. I've been like, I would have been like, Kelly, play with me. Play with me. I would have been like, play with me. Hell yeah. You know, you want to make a good show? We're going to make a good show. I'm going to show a bitch how to go down the slide. I'm going to talk my shit. I am. So, I don't know what the next episode is going to bring. We're going to see the showdown, I guess, of Porsha and Shamea. Shamea, honey, step into your villain era, honey, because, honey, I would tear like Candy said, I can, what she said, if I wanted to, I can, especially take care of every last one of you bitches. Girl, I would, honey. I would, just don't be nice. I wouldn't be nice about it no more. Because it just looks like they were basically trying really to ice her out. That's what it looked like. I mean, she's invited to the things, but we can see on her face how she's looking. Because, we're getting the edited version of the show. But she sees how these women are treating her. And it's probably an uncomfortable space, even though Porsha is not saying nothing to her, but you can feel it. You can feel it. That's why she knew in Dallas that they was going to try to put the blame on her about everything. So that's my couple little minutes of my rant of the liar. The Bigfoot liar, Angela. I know she was lying. And it just seemed like, what did you crash it out about? And when they was showing us the clips from the episode, when she kept saying, say it in my face, don't talk about it, looked like a big-ass bully. If I come out of the hall, what the fuck you gonna do? They had already had the conversation downstairs. You got mad because you got caught in your lie. That's what that's all about. So with that being said, I'm going to take my ass on to bed. So y'all have yourself a great morning. And like I said, me and my co-host, I don't know if we're going to clash or not. Because she know how I was feeling about Angela stirring the pot messy ass. So not only is she stirring the pot being messy, but you're lying. And you saying lies that could really, hurt. It's not like a little shade or whatever. Girl, you out here accusing me of fucking everybody in the world. And Shamea's whole married. Why would I be fucking this old man? Is what I would tell. If I was Shamea, I'd be saying, why would I be fucking him? With the green beard. Come on now. Angela, girl, you going that bad. You are. So, I don't know. But like Shamea said, I believe she has something to do with the June bug of it all. Yeah, I do. Yes. So, good night. Y'all have yourself a great day. Bye.